Strange things happen in Gintama, and it's not often that a character actually gets to live out their dream, but Kyubei is actually kind of following that. Being the man that her family wanted her to be, and actually almost hitting on time without a pang of regret or remorse. And with Manko, no, wait a minute, Kentucky wasn't actually allowed to change his name. But with him reacting the exact way we would expect if he was suddenly turned into a woman. Missed opportunity. They obviously didn't have the excess budget to change the opening again. We already got the alternate versions of the ending of the last episode. The good thing with Gintama is that it doesn't really matter what your mood is at the time. There's always time for Gintama. Because it can be pretty much anything at any one point. And because it doesn't ever really take itself seriously. Even in its serious moments. Doesn't he seem to be having fun? There will be some who are living to the decrees of this religion who have come in and forced the ways. Poor Shinpachi. The thing is, if my gender did swap in an instant, I don't think there'd be much to change. Did we need the sound effect there? Yes. No, Gintoki definitely would say something like this normally, but normally he would be a bit more forthright with it. Not like classroom chatter. He didn't change at all. Also, I don't believe, bodies store calories like this, as I stated last one. Yeah, but you relieved a lot of it in the alleyway. So when does this diet start? Have they forgotten that, they're surrounded? And though they have been fundamentally changed. Their training and whatnot stays, so they're just as useless. Eh. Is this another case of them playing along to get the upper hand? Wait, really? Definitely sounds like they're faking it all or being completely brainwashed. Yes, I'm sure. Still confused as to why Gender had made Sadaharu a horse. Should the ones protecting the peace be taking off or taking down cameras? But it shouldn't be too hard to just put a loop up on one of them. At least don't do anything overt. It was. And yet they started their invasion thing by having a stall set up in the middle of the street. Do we have a way of taking down a satellite? I know we've had spaceships, but is anyone... Okay, first episode, magic. Second one, science. Great. Thanks, Cubey. Oh, Jubei. Reminds me of when they tried to explain everything in Star Wars and... Ugh. And that also means that there would probably be some people with a great immune system, or maybe an inherent immunity to it. Just have a big net, or, well, not a net, 'cause it's got holes in it. Big bucket in front of it. Dismantle them before they can do anything. So, a plan that is... God damn it. Yeah, but I basically get all of my knowledge on these references from Dynasty Warriors. But their plan is exactly the same as it would be if they had stayed the same genders. Nothing has really changed. Would that meal be very good? And they just have to make sure not to forget any. Do you have to wear pig design as well? It's really not being fair to him. The camera's even shaking. Do they? Just how many fights are they going to get into? Is Sogo going to be the only one who actually manages to convince anyone? Everyone has their own preferences. Were they that different in height before? I feel like this is exactly playing along with their gender role. Yamazaki. You don't want to be told off by Yamazaki. This is just to play out a whole bunch of fantasies, isn't it? Yes. You know that's not the case. You see, no matter how completely effed the situation would be, Kentucky and everyone just stumbles ass backwards into accidentally making it work out. After they reverse it all, is they only going to make the joke where she actually then gets affected? But such a nice... Such a nice outing they have. They seem a little aware of each other. Wow. Yeah, you can go undetected. I'm sure no one would, out of those two, would mind that either. It seems as though, because this has been Ukube's goal for a while, hasn't it? Although it is odd seeing her act like this without, a flying kicking anyone, really. Oh. They would have something to say. You had to pick a moment when they were just waiting around, eager to jump in. Oh no! Don't. Maybe we should hold another popularity poll. That could only end well. Now, who would be this effective? I mean, they've never... Well, only half of them have shown to be able to do actually anything good. But maybe the distraction of not having Gintoki around has actually made quite a bit of difference there. I feel like by the end of this that Ukube is going to have one or two more issues. Having a loop on would mean that they don't get suspicious at all. Having all of them go dark at once... Could there have been another one who wears glasses? Impossible. Are they still wearing all of their usual outfits and uniforms? Yep. I think that just works anyway. I think they look quite good. I'm not sure about a... Ah. That's where their base was located. Down in the sewers. Surely you would be able to notice this by just following the wet drips as they walk around the town. Loophole. I mean, they are using their doctrine against them in the perfect way. I mean, they're staying true to their characters anyway. Yes! Effective. Don't go first. Someone get some butter. Go on without me. Maybe being stuck in that hole for a while will actually work well towards her diet. You can put the sword away. Oh, god damn it. God damn it! Despite the tension between Jubei and Tai, we have characters actually managing to be effective without actually worrying about their gender. You know, they weren't really worrying about it before, per se. How many actually think about it, it's not strange at all, like, the amount of just female characters in this who are badass. But then again, this world of Gintama, if they weren't able to hold their own, stories would be very different. Ginko-sensei? Still as uninterested as ever. Please don't show us, because this is something that I asked in the last episode, but don't want to know the answer. Oh. Okay. So nothing changed. Do you want to see? Is that what Hasegawa's been reduced to? I mean, his characters definitely had more, suicidal jokes than others. And they seem to be ramping up. I don't think any of us really care if Tenko couldn't escape the manhole. No, I'm not entirely sure what the message is of this arc, but we do know that, well, it's just a great opportunity to throw in a lot more insults towards certain characters. And their roles of, government protectors and police have done them well, hasn't it? They've managed to really hone their art of sucking up, pretending as though everything's going okay, and they're playing along with the plan of the higher-ups, while also doing something that completely undermines everything, to the point of hopefully breaking it all. And with the Kunsengumi out and trying their best to help out the town and take down the surveillance cameras, it actually just took 2-3 people doing it from themselves. You know, red tape and bureaucracy can get in the way a hell of a lot. And also signal jammers and loops probably take a bit longer than just breaking the things. And despite it being doctrine, you have to act in accordance to your gender. Well, I'm not sure exactly why your equipment really matters what your likes and dislikes are, but still, Ginko and Tenko have really started to enjoy it and embrace it. We saw that a lot in the last episode, but a little more this time. Gintoki really just wants to live out his days as a high school girl, gossiping with her friends. Although the consumption of sweets and strawberry milkshake probably won't change. And if you enjoyed this, please let me know. I really need your help. If you leave a like and a comment on the video, it really actually helps out the channel. It is surprising when you actually look into it. And to make sure you get the most out of it, and don't forget that there are more episodes coming out in the future, consider even subscribing. Completely free, gets you more. What could go wrong? So until the next one, take a good hard look in the mirror, don a fancy dress, or maybe some battle armor and atop a white steed. And I'll see you in the next one. My patrons are the religious cult that is allowing me to continue with my dream that I've only had for a few years. Then, while it's nothing special as wanting to swap gender or anything, I think watching stupid anime on the internet is just as admirable. So I really need to show my appreciation to Sal, Electricant, Arthea, Noku, Raywin, Shiwan, Mecha, Matt, Stinsfire, Jennifer Rojas, Girly1234W, Kite, Saltytron, Cardboard, Dark Shadow 7899, Jim, Ace, Maurizio Lascano, and everyone else. Because without you, I'll be forever trapped in the manhole of obscurity.